Today, guys, is just a tribute video to the legend Leroy Colbert. So as you can see here, he was the first black guy to be on the front cover of any bodybuilding magazine, which was a big deal back then. So Leroy was born in New York, 1933, and he lived until December 6, 2015. So it was a recent death. And his most famous attribute was his arms, his biceps. He was known as the first guy to build 21-inch arms drug-free. So I used to watch his videos on YouTube all the time, and he was definitely old school. He predated the golden era of bodybuilding with Arnold and those guys. He died at age 82, so you got to think Arnold is in his 60s, so Leroy came around way before those guys did. Now, not only that, but back in the day, he used to ride Harley Davidsons, and he had an accident which basically ended his bodybuilding career back in 1955. So he knew all kinds of guys. As you can see, Rick Drayson, one of the golden era bodybuilders, he's done tribute videos to the Leroy, and he had his own health and food stores in New York and in California back in the 60s and also in the 2000s. And even back then, he remained good friends with Arnold back in the day, all the way up until the day that he died. And he was one of the guys that he respected the most. You have to respect his stance on being a drug-free bodybuilder. I mean, if you look at his physique, it doesn't look like someone, like the type of physique that you see today where they're big and grainy and full all the time. I mean, I've seen other guys that are just as big as him that were drug-free also. But also it's a testament because he lived until he's 82. And nowadays you see all these bodybuilders dying off in their 40s, 50s and 60s, and they don't seem to live that long because they die of heart attacks and all kinds of stuff. So he had a good career. He was inducted into the Bodybuilding Hall of Fame back in 2003. And he also had won the Mr. New York in 1952 and the Mr. Eastern America 1953. So he had a decent career, even though it was short-lived. So he'll be well missed. His upfront, no BS talk will be well missed. And Leroy, we just wish your family the best and that you can rest in peace. He was one of the legends, one of the greats. I'm going to put a link in the description box to his website so you can get more information. And I'm going to put a link to Mr. Yorkie Lover Fitness, which is who used to post all of Leroy's old videos. All right, peace out.